Welcome back to Drunk Confessions. This is season 3, episode 1, and we've never been
Boom!
more excited to be on the mic than right now. I am one of your hosts, Mia, Mio, Big Mio. You know the spiel, you know how it goes, whatever
Her.
feels right. And on the mic, we've got Gabe.
Father Larry back at it. What's going on? What's going on?
And you know what? There's been a lot of shit going on lately. I feel like this lockdown
COVID-19!
it's made everybody just go into an existential crisis. People are worried about multi-universes, our existence, sudden death, just all this shit. So, to talk about that today, we've brought on Liv Langstaff. She's an engineering student at Western University. And amongst her being an avid drink and partier, she's going to use her expert mind to debunk some misconceptions and debate some popular conspiracy theories
Is
about
NASA real?
space. Liv, welcome to the show. So happy to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Literally no problem at all. How's lockdown treating you?
Honestly, it's fantastic because I like to be alone anyways, and I don't feel like any pressure to go out. I don't really see other people. Like, I feel like FOMO a lot
Mm-hmm.
when I see other people having fun, but nobody else is having fun, so I feel fine.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great time for people who feel FOMO because there's nothing to do, literally nothing.
I hate everyone, so I don't give a fuck.
I think without further ado, we should just get into it. So, should we intro now, everybody?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to say intro, and you guys are going to say now with me. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Intro.
Now.
Now.
Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
great.
It's so delayed.
Nailed it.
Who the fuck is Larry?
In our first segment, we just want to talk about some super high level things because as a 22-year-old myself, I feel like late at night, I'm just stuck contemplating life and existence.
Jeez.
So I want to talk about the Big Bang and super
TV
high
series?
level explain, no, not the Big Bang Theory, but I guess, yeah, the Big Bang Theory. Explain what the fuck happened and why you think it happened.
Like the typical overview of it is that it's a singularity. They don't know. I don't know. Like our universe
Big
was
words.
yeah, our universe was essentially contained in a singularity, which just means like a really, really, really small point. Not in space because space didn't exist yet. It was just they don't know what was outside of the singularity. All that existed was just the singularity. So basically, just like they don't know what caused it, but some sort of chemical reaction just caused it to suddenly expand really fast and really big. And then there's 4 stages of it. I don't think I'm gonna get into it, but yeah, so protons and neutrons and electrons, whatever, those got created, and then more advanced things like stars got created through that, and then, human life eventually.
That's fucked. I feel like somebody just took a lot of acid one day and was like, this is what happened. How can we just believe that? I feel like it's just so out there.
No, I honestly think it makes sense because, okay, so scientists, they've predicted that certain stages of the universe, and the last stage is that everything is just black holes. There's nothing except black holes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that makes sense because black holes, they bigger ones kind of eat littler ones, and then they become an even bigger black hole.
The fuck is a black hole?
A black hole is just a bunch of fucking mass at a singularity. So that's that word again, singularity, which I'm gonna get into because it all goes together in the end.
So it's just like an explosion?
A black hole isn't an explosion. It's the opposite of an explosion. It's sucking everything in.
Oh, okay.
Our universe is expanding, right? Ever since the black hole. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. I don't know, that fucks up my head because I'm what is it expanding into? And will it ever stop? That fucks with me hard.
I don't know how to explain quantum mechanics simply. But anyways, there's essentially a bunch of possibilities for shit, and it kind of creates a graph of the possibilities, I guess. So it's uncertainty, and you don't know what the actual
What's going
possibility is
on?
going to turn out like until you observe it.
Okay.
I have no idea.
They're
what's going
saying
on.
that because of quantum, well, not because of quantum mechanics, because quantum mechanics is like the way the universe works. Well, yeah. They're saying that like kind of the friction from the possibilities, since it's like rough, like I don't know. They're saying the friction about the possibilities of quantum mechanics is causing the universe to expand. Like the friction energy is causing the universe to expand. I don't know.
Gabe, what's your take?
Are you trying to be an astronaut?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. I'm really trying.
That's sick.
I'm learning Russian and shit. So
No way.
No way.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm kind of confused. Why do you have to learn Russian to be an astronaut?
Well, because my cousin, he applied to be an astronaut and he got pretty far, except then he was too tall to be an astronaut because the limit is like 6'3" and he's like 6'5" or something. So he couldn't be an
Damn.
astronaut.
Is he hot?
But he told me he's married with children, but
Okay.
yeah. But he told me that the things they look for are like if you speak Russian and something
Okay,
else.
wait.
Wait.
Your audio sounds fucked. It's like, okay, wait, speak.
Wait, no, I'm
Oh,
gonna,
wait.
I'm gonna try this thing first.
Oh, wait, no, it
No,
sounds
no,
better.
no, it's
Wait,
back.
it
It's
sounds
back.
better.
It's back. You're back.
Okay, wait, what were
Maybe
we
it's the
talking about
Russians
now?
hearing us. Maybe it was the Russians hearing us.
Oh no.
Oh.
Honestly, yeah. I just want to
Conspiracy
say, like,
theories.
straight off the bat, every conspiracy theory I pretty much believe in somewhat. Like I'm not
Let's go.
like even the one that's like, oh, there's lizards inside of the earth and shit. I'm like, yep, that sounds reasonable.
Okay, but yeah, that does because there was literally
Well-
sharks living in a volcano. I feel like anything is possible if you
No,
just
I mean
believe
lizard
in yourself.
people, like lizard humanoid people
Oh.
living inside the earth, not just lizards. Like, yeah, that could be completely possible.
But okay, let's get back into space, guys.
We're spacing
Okay,
out.
yeah.
You said that a singularity is what the Big Bang was, right? That's what it
Yeah.
came from, a singularity. Which could a singularity be what a black hole turns into?
Let me get into it because that's literally what I was gonna say, basically.
Yay, perfect.
So, yeah.
Enlighten us.
Based on like if the universe slows down or how fast the black holes are accelerating towards each other,
Yeah.
there would basically be one huge black hole in the end.
I feel like in layman's terms, it could be
Does that
like
kill us?
it could be like the hierarchy or like the food chain.
Hyena.
And
Okay, so a
antelopes.
lion will eat an antelope and the antelope will eat that and it'll keep going and going. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like then eventually the universe will eat what's smaller than it, kind of like a food chain,
Oh,
right?
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Like if you're on a trampoline, a black hole would be like a really fat kid and you're all sliding towards
Okay,
him.
okay.
My boys.
Shout out to my
I don't know why I
boys.
use that as an example, but yeah, that's it. But okay, back to the one final black hole in the universe thing. So I feel like if there's one huge black hole left over, the gravity of that would cause the expansion of the universe to stop and actually like recede into the black hole. So then then the universe would become a singularity again.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I like the way stars work is that when they die, they like collapse into like really small and then eventually they like expand into a red giant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, if that's the way stars work and like space and shit, if the universe collapsed into a singularity, you would think that it would like explode the same way too.
Right.
So I essentially think that it's like a cycle, you know? Like I feel
Yeah.
like our universe just is like a
Crazy.
really long cycle of just expanding until it's a fucking one black hole and then collapsing and then expanding again.
Yeah.
And also scientists have actually calculated when like time started, and it actually started before the Big Bang happened. So I'm thinking like that doesn't really make sense, but maybe time just never even stopped.
So you're saying there was someone here before us, maybe?
Yeah,
that what
like
you're
a whole
trying to say?
universe, a whole universe before us.
Bro, my mind's going
Yeah,
crazy
like that's
right
fucked.
now.
And I feel like that makes so much sense because I think it'd be so narcissistic and like self-entitled to say that we're the only existence ever, not only in the
Yeah.
universe, but like on a planet. And
Yeah.
for this to like have never happened before, it doesn't add up.
And then like black holes could just be like different dimensions, you know? Like so
Oh
the
my
creation
God.
of our
Jesus
universe
Christ.
it'd be like, okay, so this is the universe, and then after a certain amount of time we're gonna start creating different dimensions with black holes. And yeah, so I don't think time ever stopped. And I just think that the way we're calculating it, we can only use variables of things that exist now. Like there's no way to use information that existed before we existed as variables. So I feel like the calculations are inaccurate because like we can only use the things that exist now. So that's why time started before the Big Bang.
I also feel like time is just a measure to make humans not go nuts. Like to put a timestamp on something so that it happens chronologically. Like the dinosaurs were this era and like this is happening now.
Don't get me into that. That's
but it's so fucked. But it's also like everything is just kind of happening at the same time. Like existence is just happening. Like
have you heard of like 4-dimensional beings?
I want to get to different dimensions, but before we do that, I just want to ask one last question for like this segment. So what would it look like from your point of view, if there were a black hole coming close to our solar system or like our galaxy? What the fuck would that look like? And would we know? Or would it just happen?
We would 100% know. Oh, maybe no. We wouldn't 100% know because what happens is with relativity, when you go faster, closer to the speed of light, the passage of time slows down. So we would be like, it's called spaghettified. Like that's the scientific word. We would be spaghettified.
Yeah, you'd be like sucked into it, right?
Yeah, but it would last, for us, it would seem like it was happening for a really, really long time because we are moving so fast that like time would slow down.
That's fucked.
That's crazy.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like inverse almost.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But like, I guess an outside observer, it would be fast. Yeah, right. An outside observer, it would be fast, but it's fucked. Relativity is fucked. I highly recommend anyone who's interested in like physics or whatever, look into relativity because your mind will be blown. And like relativity literally made me spiritual. Like I used to never fucking believe in like anything, but relativity just made me be like, nope, like everything does happen for a reason. There's definitely like some sort of thing that's out there. I don't know what it is, but yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so for our listeners and Gabe, those who are following along, we're going to go with what we were just talking about and go even deeper. So we want to talk about multiple dimensions and aliens. And something that I really want to talk about is the movie Interstellar, because I feel like I watched that when I was in grade 9, and ever since, like my understanding of the world has changed. So Gabe, basically what happens, if you've never seen it, is
I've never seen it.
This guy has to save the world, and he goes into this spaceship, and they go through a black hole.
Okay.
And they end up on this like different planet in like this different galaxy, or something happens. Anyways, and like time is regular for them.
Okay.
And then they come home, and time is past like 50 years or something. Like he had a daughter, and now when he came back, his daughter is older than him in the hospital.
Maybe I've seen this.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's like the most like, it just blows
That's
my
relativity.
mind. Yeah, and it's such a beautiful movie, but like I want to know, would that be considered like a multi-dimension or like a multi-universe? Like what is that? Like what the fuck happened in that movie?
I'm pretty sure the end of that movie is trying to depict like string theory or something. I really don't know anything about string theory. I just remember at the end of that movie there was like a bunch of strings or like string things. Oh my, yeah. And I was like, is this supposed to be string theory? But yeah, essentially it was being like, I think it was just like a big play on like relativity being, because everything, when you learn about relativity, you kind of realize that everything that is going to happen and everything that has happened has already happened. Like we're just experiencing time because we have mass. So that was kind of like, didn't he like go back in time or something, or was like observing?
Okay, yeah. So what happens is at the end, there's a bookshelf or a bookcase, and his daughter's viewing it in the past, and he pushes a book off the shelf that like leads her to the direction of knowing where he is. But what's happening is he's looking in the past while his daughter is acknowledging it and experiencing it in the present. So I guess, yeah, like what you're saying is, it makes sense. Like whatever has happened or whatever will happen has already happened. and you can't change it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Fucking relativity and quantum mechanics don't go together, but because of quantum mechanics, like you don't know the possibility until you observe it. So
Right.
that's another reason why I think there's like multiple dimensions for sure. Because, okay, I'm just gonna say this. I was a really weird child, and when I was 3, I was like, okay, how about Mom, like, what if every time you make a decision or like there's something that could change, like it splits off into like another dimension? And she was like, what the fuck, you 3-year-old? What are you on right
That's
now?
fucking sick. If my little 3-year-old said that to me, I'd be like, we're sending you to Harvard now.
Pretty hype. It's pretty hype.
That's basically what fucking quantum mechanics is like possibilities. And like when I feel like once you observe something, like yeah, that's like the observation and the possibility for like your dimension, but I still feel like the other possibilities exist in another dimension.
Okay, anyways, Liv, can you grow potatoes in space? Is that like
Oh,
a thing?
can you grow potatoes in space? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they grow plants on the space station.
Really?
Yeah, like all you like if you bring like water and whatever the fuck plants need, then you're fine. Like the sun is there still, you know?
But doesn't it need oxygen?
Like if humans were to live on Mars, they would have some source of oxygen, right? So they would just give that source of oxygen to plants too. I don't know. They can like I don't know the science behind it, but like if there's an atmosphere and it contains some oxygen, they can probably like get rid of the other shit. So it's just I don't know.
Because
Our atmosphere is mostly oxygen, it's mostly nitrogen.
I've seen that there's been a photo of like a spider in space, and everyone's like, "How the fuck was there a spider in space?" It was like a big
It was probably a fucking alien, honestly.
dude. Don't get me started on fucking aliens.
Yeah,
Fucking...
Don't get me started on fucking aliens.
Yo, can we get into aliens? Because like I've been
Yes.
sitting in the fucking back of the class, just picking my nose and watching these two guys go at it.
With aliens, do you think that we have come across them? And well, obviously first, do you think they exist? And do you think that we have crossed paths?
100% aliens live among us. Like they're 100% on Earth right now. I don't know why, like literally in the news this year, they literally like the Israel confirmed that there's like an intergalactic space union or something.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah. And
I've
like
seen that.
literally nobody was talking about it. And I'm like, guys, we literally just confirmed that aliens fucking exist. Anyways, but a long time ago, like a Canadian like military general or somebody really high up in the military basically confirmed that there's 3 types of aliens on Earth right now. And one of them's called like the tall whites. I just remember that one because that one freaked me
Like
out.
albino?
Because yeah, no, literally. Okay, you know the Snow Queen or whatever the fuck from Narnia, Tilda Swinton?
No.
I actually have never seen Narnia, but
Me
go
either.
on.
Okay, well, if you Google pictures of Tilda Swinton and you like already have the thought in your head that she's an alien, you will like be like, yeah, that girl's for sure an alien. Tilda Swinton.
Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. She was in Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange.
She's a wizard.
Yeah.
Fuck,
She's a lizard. She's a lizard person.
No, she's a wizard.
Oh, I thought you said lizard. I was
She's
like,
a
oh
fucking
wow,
alien.
we're wrapping it back to the lizards now.
Let's cancel her.
Yeah, fuck Tilda. What's her name?
Okay, now Liv, here we go. Now let's get into the fucking real shit. What the fuck do you think is in Area 51? Because to me, I just think it's just aliens in there.
I honestly don't think there's anything in Area 51. I think that the actual secret government bases, we don't really know where they are.
It is on the moon. It's on the dark side of the moon.
Oh my god. Okay, you guys have to watch this documentary. It's called Unacknowledged. It used to be on Netflix, and it literally pulled out all the fucking receipts about how aliens are among us, how the government lies to us about aliens, and a bunch of other shit, obviously. And literally in it, they said that like astronauts or something were going to the moon. I don't fucking know, but they were like, is there a base that we don't know of on the moon that we've made? And they're like, no. And they're like, okay, so there's an alien base on the dark side of the moon. But,
my god.
Yeah,
absolutely. I believe it 100%. 100%.
Guys, I'll never forget this. I was coming back from a friend's house. We saw this thing like dipping down in the sky, and we're like, that's way too close to be a fucking plane, and it's way too big to be a fucking what's that shit called when people record?
Drone?
Drone.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, it's way too big to be a drone. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not thinking too much about it. And Pierce keeps going, man, dude, do you not see this? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck do you think it is? He's like, it's not a drone. It's not an airplane. I'm like, so what you think it's fucking aliens? What are you, fucking a weirdo? And he like he went underneath it and he was following it. And I remember, because I was like a little bit drunk, but I remember I was like, it was pretty fucking low. And ever since then, I thought about, and I'm like, aliens do exist.
I've also seen a UFO at my cottage when I was like 7 or 8 or something. Like there's a bunch of people at our cottage and they all saw it too. It was weird. It like flew like pretty low like along the street and it was like orange and glowing and was like kind of like spherical but also like this like diamond shaped, I guess, but like 3D. And then we were looking at it and we were like, what the fuck is that? And then all of a sudden it just went like whoop, like super fast up into the sky, like
No.
0 to 100 real quick. Like I like remember walking out, looking up, expecting it to be like, you know, a normal distance for speedy things on Earth, and it was literally like out of our atmosphere already. Like it was out there, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And I've been scared. Like I'm so scared of aliens. Not really aliens. I just hate like humanoid things. Like sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, "You look fucking weird," but. So yeah, I was like so scared after that because I was like, fuck, my biggest fear is like true. Like I'm scared of like demons and shit too, but I'm like, you know, like I believe in them, but like they've never been confirmed. But like that, I was like, fuck, my worst fear is confirmed.
Okay, so let's just say for argument's sake that like the whole Marvel universe, like with all of these multiple galaxies with their own planets with people on them, or people or aliens or whatever you want to call them. Let's say that exists, okay? And there's a battle on Earth, there's World War III, and these aliens come in to help the humans, like come in to help the Canadians. They're like super intelligent, they happen to speak English. Like, what would you want to talk about with them?
Like, I guess I'd be like, okay, so you've obviously figured out like close to light speed travel or light speed travel. Like, tell me about that. Or like forms of energy, I don't know, like shit that like we're in fucking global warming and the earth is dying, like anything that could like help us out. Also, unacknowledged, the documentary touches on how we actually do have that technology. Nikola Tesla figured it out, and it was in a safe.
Nikola Tesla.
It was in a safe, and then the government took it when he died.
He was absolutely robbed.
Nikola Tesla, fucking absolutely. Like, he probably was a fucking alien because he was ridiculously smart.
He was like, so far ahead of his time.
Mm-hmm. No, like
it's crazy. He was fucking
so far ahead.
Like in the documentary, it's like they talk about 0 point energy, which is basically just creating energy out of like space. It's like has like 300% or like 1,000,000,000% efficiency or something insane, and usually things have under 100% efficiency. Like that's like the way the world works. They have under 100% efficiency, but this thing it created more energy than it took out or something, and the government fucking confiscated that, and they have that technology, and they're just not fucking giving it to us because, you know, capitalism. So
what's your opinion on people that say that the landing on the moon was fake? Like that we never landed on the moon.
I'm like very biased towards that because my birthday is on the moon landing, so I want it to be real very badly. But there is like lots of evidence that says it was fake, and I mean there was definitely the motivation to fake it, like with the Cold War and everything. But the thing is, like, does it really matter? Because now we definitely can do that. But yeah, I don't know about the moon landing, and I don't know my opinion on it. Don't ask me that because I'm very conflicted about this.
Look, I want to just put this argument out there because it fucks with my head. Late at night, okay. So I already know the process to become an astronaut is really, really hard. And remember, it was like early 2000s, maybe even late 1990s, where that teacher was chosen. Yeah, the teacher, just a regular human, was chosen to go on the spaceship. And then once it went into the air, it fucking exploded. Everybody on crew died. And I'm like, yeah, obviously, because
It wasn't
they couldn't
ready.
just send a regular person up there. They had never been
He
up
was
there.
like disposable. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, oopsie, little technological problem, you're dead now, but we also have, you know, we can't just put it out there that we've never been to the moon. Like, that is evidence.
I think that too.
Thanks, Gabe.
So you both think the moon landing's fake?
I think so. There's like way too much evidence to support that it was
Okay,
fake.
so what's your big evidence thing? Because everyone's like, oh, why is the flag blowing? Why is the flag blowing? Well, you know that the way the flag is put on, there's a pole, right? Standing, going into the moon. And then there's, people don't see that there's another pole going across that's holding the flag. So if you were to ever put anything, like, doesn't matter where the fuck it is, on this pole or whatever, it's gonna fucking move.
Yeah, and then I've also seen like ones where there's like a reflection in the astronaut's helmet of like lights, and I'm like, I don't know. That could be the sun. I don't know.
But it's also like, you know, I saw even recently that they have the photos of his footprints on the moon, on the sand, and they're saying that doesn't even match what the bottom of his shoes look like. And then there's like
how do they know that?
Because I guess they've seen Neil Armstrong's like little like picture before he went up. Is that the right guy? I don't know.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong. Yeah. Alien. Yes.
Alien.
Also, it's like this conspiracy theory I was reading was about the astronaut suits back then, and it was like if there was like a little hole in their suit, they would die. But they were saying like if there was like a little like malfunction in the suit, he would have been dead. So they're saying like that the technology back then compared to now is like,
obviously even now the government is hiding like technology way more advanced than is considered technology of our age.
Yeah.
So I feel like back then they
Big
probably
statement.
had technology that was more advanced than like what was considered, because just think of how many things have come out, like so many things that like came from technology from space have developed into other things. Like we've used the technology that we use for space to develop into other things.
Like, are you talking about like
that's
the
like
rover?
Useful for real life? No. I mean like fabrics and like, I really can't think of something right now, but I know that it's
like
okay.
on that point, I've heard that even like 10 years, so technology works in like 10-year increments is what they're saying. And so anything that's coming out now was already in development stages 10 years ago. So like your iPod, your iPhone, Bluetooth, AirPods, whatever. Like that was already like from 2010, like 2005. Like,
wow, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about that, because it's now like people might be developing something right now as we speak, and in couple of years from now it might come out, and it's like, what the how did that come out?
Yeah, to us it's like, whoa, this is brand new,
but to them it's not.
But to them it's like old news. Like they've
been like, bro, we've been working on this fucking 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts.
Just lastly, I want to ask, yes or no, just super simple, do you think we're living in a simulation?
Jesus, I
can't answer that yes or no because I don't care, because if we are in a simulation, I don't want to know. I haven't done that much research into it. I haven't done that much research into it, honestly. But yeah, the points that I have seen, like definitely we could be in a simulation, but also like maybe simulations in real life just seem similar because that's the way simulations are supposed to work. They're supposed to mimic real life, you know?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Well, I saw fucking, it must have been like one of those Tesla motherfuckers or something. Someone who's in the tech industry was like, you know, we're working on technology right now that's going to make real life and a simulation inseparable. So whether you're in the game or in real life, you're not going to know the difference.
Nah.
It's going to be that real. And I'm like, what if we're already in that?
That's crazy.
We definitely could be, but I mean, does it matter? Like, we can't really do anything about it. How are we supposed to break the simulation? And would we want to break the simulation? Like, what if we're just brains sitting in fucking vats? Like, would that really be better than this?
Chill out, Liv. Spin up big statements out here. Jeez. You're making my fucking third eye come out, you know? Like, chill out,
third
man.
Eye.
Jeez. Fuck.
I think that's a great point, and I probably not one that I've thought about, because I feel like humans need to give their life purpose. And if like people have convinced themselves they're in a simulation, they're like, what is my meaning here? Like, what matters? I don't know. Maybe that's just how I'm feeling.
I do kind of feel like we're in a simulation just
I had
because
a
there's
question.
so many like coincidences and things that happen that you're like, this happened for a reason, that like I feel like there is some sort of
Ooh.
higher power which could really just be like the controller or whatever fucking simulation we're
Yeah,
in.
PS2
Like
in their
behind
basement.
it.
There's a Tesla in space right now, by the way. Just if you guys didn't know.
Yes.
Shout out to my boy.
Shout out.
Shout out to my dog.
Okay, so let's wrap this episode up here. I feel like we talked about so much shit. My brain hurts.
No, my brain fucking hurts.
No, my brain fucking hurts.
No, my fucking brain hurts.
Okay. So it's
right.
tradition on Drunk Confessions to
Jeez.
do a drunk confession. So from any time, anywhere, with anyone, something raunchy, something fun, something exciting, or if you want something scientific, like one time you didn't do a calculation properly. It could be
Mass
anything.
Times
Man,
Square.
fuck, I wish I thought of this beforehand. I did not prepare.
I've partied with Liv before. I've seen what she's done before.
But the only condition is you have to start it by saying, "Forgive me, Father Larry, for I have sinned," and then quick and dirty, give it to us.
I feel like I black out so much that I don't even know what I've done.
Black hole. You're a black hole.
Fuck, that should have been my like code name if I wasn't using my real name.
Black hole. That sounds like a
Maybe
horrible
not. That
porn
sounds
name.
kind of whorish. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have black hole on this episode. Welcome, black hole.
We're talking about anal for 40 minutes straight.
Fuck.
That's
Okay,
a
you know
good
what? I
one.
got one. Okay.
Perfect.
Say less.
So, forgive me, Father Larry, for I have sinned during Bunny Hop in 2017. I messaged my ex about 5 times on my phone and added him back on Snapchat and basically was like, I had to call him daddy or something. And yeah, that's what I did. And
Why did you have to?
Oh my god, guys, don't even
that
get
was like
me
one of the
into
tasks
this.
for Bunny Hop that you had to do.
Like, message
But
your
like
ex.
nobody actually does the tasks. Like it's stupid. But
You
I was
took it
like,
to heart.
daddy, like I just like I think I was still like not over the situation, like over him, but not over the situation.
Okay, well,
All
I
right, ladies and
enjoy that
gentlemen.
story. I enjoy the
Crazy.
toxicity.
Crazy. Insane. I learned so much today. Thanks, Liv. Thanks for being on Drunk Confessions. First episode,
welcome.
season 3.
Yes, for the
Come
premiere. I
back,
feel like
come back,
you blew
eh?
our minds, and we'll have you back to talk about the explicit details of your life anytime
I
that
would
you
fucking
want.
shit.
absolutely love to come back. This was like even if we did this again, just like talking about
Let's
more
fucking
conspiracy
go,
theories,
man.
like
Season
let's
3.
go, yeah.
Come on, let's fucking
Love
go.
it.
Or anything else. I can talk about anything. I've got lots of stuff in this fucking brain. It's
Fucking COVID-19. Come on, let's do
Let's
this.
go. All right.
Let's fucking go, man.
Well, thank you to all of our listeners and everybody who continues to support the podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. And if you want to submit an anonymous confession, visit us at our website at drunkconfessionspodcast.com. We will see you very soon. Okay, bye.